Welcome to our first time video, highly requested. My name is Chella Man. I am 19 years old.
I'm MaryV and I'm 20 years old.
I think it's gonna be a good conversation.
First time you felt represented in media.
Okay, the first thing that comes to mind is Glee. Because growing up, I would watch, that was the first time I ever really saw queer people on TV. Oh wait, I have another one. Also growing up, I would watch Switched at birth and seeing deaf representation on TV. That was the first time I ever saw that.
Okay, actually, that just reminded me. So I used to be in this group of dyslexic people. There was this one event that we held that was about this movie on a bunch of dyslexic people, some people that were famous, but the central person of this movie was this young boy that also...
Who you thought was cute?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that. But he also had red hair, and we were I think he was 2 years older than me in the movie. But I remember sitting there watching it in the theater and being like, wow, this is someone that I identify with, but also he's so cute. But maybe that.
First picture we took of each other.
We talked about that in our How We Met video, but...
We should put it... Do that thing.
Okay, we'll include it. The one on this side will be Chella's, and the one on this side will be mine. Ta-da!
This is during our date in which I thought was a date. She did not think was a date. We walked by a gallery. It just happened to be an open gallery, and we walked in and there was a chair and listening to, well, me trying to listen to what was happening.
It wasn't accessible to you at all to try to listen to this audio in this gallery. You sat in the chair and you looked so cool. Wow.
I still remember,
Dang.
I can picture what you were wearing so clearly.
Yeah.
I can see, your hair was on this side, you were wearing the black and white checkered jacket. Your legs were crossed, and your hands were in your lap like this.
Yeah. You were sitting like this, man spreading.
I was not.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah, your legs were apart. They weren't
I guess
crossed
we'll
or
see.
anything. Oh, this.
Oh.
First night in our apartment.
Okay.
Okay, so my mom, she's really feng shui, wants things to be cleansed. So one of the things that you practice to do is you're supposed to come into your new home and cleanse it with sage. So she kept emailing me and sending me texts and was like, I'm sending you sage in the mail, so please receive it and sage your house. So we saged the house.
You have to go from the bottom of the door to the top.
Yeah, my mom sent us directions.
Yeah, it was fun. It smelled good.
Yeah, it smells good.
Then all there was a mattress on the ground.
It wasn't even a mattress, it was mats.
Okay, mats pushed together, and then we brought over a blanket and we slept there. Moving into a new house is kind of surreal because you are mentally in a new state. Also physically, the entire area you're in shifts. It just felt like a new checkpoint in our life or something.
Yeah.
And it was.
Yeah.
Okay. First time you left home, my first summer camp. I think it's Western Pennsylvania School for the Deaf. That was my first encounter with actually meeting any deaf or hard of hearing individuals. I felt extremely isolated, sadly. I had a lot of trouble communicating with anyone around me. Everyone was fluent. I spent most of the summer camp kind of alone because I wasn't able to talk to anyone, and it hit me then just how stuck in the middle I was between the deaf community and the hearing community. I had a lot of trouble communicating with people who were fully hearing, and also it turned out that I couldn't communicate with people in the deaf community as well. So at that moment I just realized I didn't fit into a box with my disability, but I did realize that I really wanted to take learning ASL seriously at a young age. It was at least nice to know a community was there for me once I was ready. First album that changed your life. Go!
The Frank Ocean album, Channel Orange. I remember
guessed that.
The first time listening to it in a car on a CD and being like, wow, this sounds so good. What is this? It was my ex-boyfriend's dad that played it.
My first album that changed my life was Avril Lavigne's. It's called My World. We keep moving because the light keeps moving, so I apologize for that. But first time sleeping together, not sexually. The first time we sex.
The first time we slept together was in my dorm, not sexually. And
we're having so much trouble saying this.
The question is, the first time you slept together, not sexually, was in my dorm, and we
had kissed before, but we fell asleep just holding hands.
Like facing each other like this.
I feel like it was very symmetrical.
Yeah.
Like, and then I remember my nose was like touching. Something weird about me too is that I typically don't like falling asleep holding someone else's hand because it's just really weird, but I don't like feeling the pulse of someone, not because I would rather hold a dead person's hand, but because blood has a tendency of making me pretty squeamish. So whenever I like feel it, it can make me feel a little nauseous.
Yeah, but we fell asleep holding hands. And
yeah,
it was so
but I
cute.
liked her so much I held her hand all night. Yeah.
Did you think about it?
I think I was just so nervous, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't even think I was just like, oh, okay.
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 Okay, it's so dark now. Move your hand so then I can like sit back like this. Move your arm.
We're moving again. Get with it.
Now you're like in the darkness.
Welcome back. The light got a little bit funky yesterday, so we stopped and we decided to film today instead.
We just took a shower.
Yeah, that's why our hair is different. First crush. There was this girl and she was blonde and really cute. But you know, it was scary because it felt so wrong for me to like a girl, and I remember really trying to repress that feeling, but liking her so much that I like couldn't do that. But yeah, so it was this little blonde girl I would pass at recess.
This boy in 2nd grade, and he, you know that like the Vaseline that we use, like his chapstick? So he got that out of like my medicine cabinet at my house, and he like took a whole like handful of it and put it in my hair. And I remember just being like, this is so gross, but whatever, because like I liked him.
First time you danced together.
It was outside of the party, like house party that we had met at.
But not the same night.
Yeah, it was a different night when we went later on. It was really loud in the party and all of our friends were just doing whatever. So we like left for a little bit to go stand outside in front of the house in the quiet. It was really nice out, and I played, at the time Chella was really into
the Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys. So
I think it's just because they had really good beats, so to me they sounded really well.
I played that song.
Party Anthem.
Yeah, Party Anthem. And I held it like right here so then Chella could hear it, and we like slow danced.
First time we cried in front of each other. MaryV cries all the time. Again, like, she's taught me that it's okay to cry, and you don't have to cry just because you're sad. Crying can mean a lot of things.
Well, the first time you cried, I was leaving to go to the airport to Denver over winter break. Oh my gosh, it still breaks my heart to think about this. I got into the Uber. Chella had helped me take my bags to the
I was
Uber.
trying so hard not to cry, though.
Oh
I
my
didn't want to cry in front of you.
gosh. And Chella's just like standing in the doorway as I was like about to shut the door, and goes like waves to me, and like his eyes were like tearing up, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I was just really
And then I just had to
nervous.
shut the door and go.
Cause like you had a flight to catch.
Yeah, and I started to like tear up in the Uber, and I was like, oh my gosh, what? Because Chella told me, like, you told me that you never ever cry.
I don't cry. It was really hard because at that point we had gotten so close so fast, and we just kind of, from the moment we met, we were pretty inseparable. I remember thinking the night before actually that like I thought I was going to cry, but I like really was going to try not to. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Anyway.
Okay.
Next question. Now the question that everyone has probably been waiting for.
The first time we had sex.
We are not going to reveal the entire story, because it's kind of it's a rocky story, and we want to keep it to ourselves. But this is the part we are going to say.
Yeah, probably a month into our relationship, I'd have to say. It was at night. We were hanging out with our two friends. The whole night we had been talking about sex.
But I remember feeling kind of uncomfortable because like we had never had sex. Did you think about that when we were talking?
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is weird because like I have not had sex with Chella or like gotten close at all.
Yeah, and I feel like it was at that point where you know like it's going to happen, but it just hasn't happened yet.
Oh, and we had been like sexually active with other people before.
Yeah.
But with each other,
we just hadn't yet.
Yeah. Okay, so it starts to happen, and
okay, we're just skipping right there.
Yep.
So without all of the.
I just remember being so nervous and being like, I don't know what I'm doing. What if I do something wrong?
It was my first time having sex with someone with a vagina.
It was not my first time having sex with someone with a vagina, but I was still very nervous. Very nervous.
So I feel like we were both pretty clueless.
Yeah.
And like you had before, but not like, I feel like you were very inexperienced.
Yeah.
And I just had no experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think the best part is that we both outwardly were like, hey, just so you know, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
It's so cute.
It was good because from that moment forward, I knew that I could be 100% comfortable around you.
Yeah, same.
And that like you weren't gonna make fun of me or judge me.
Actually, looking back, I feel like that's what set the tone for how honest our relationship has been, because from literally like the first time we were so honest to the point where we were like, I don't know what I'm doing and we can talk this through and stuff, but we've always made sure our relationship is very transparent in that way. Like we never tried to like be this person.
Well, glad that's over.
Yeah.
And
it was fun while it lasted.
I guess.
Well, I mean, it's still going.
Yeah. If I were to give advice to someone, if they would like it, I would just be honest with the person and be saying like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Will hopefully make it better in the long run.
Of course, yeah.
And if they don't respect you, then like, don't waste your time on them.
It can almost be a filter, let you know who you really should be spending your time on. Now for our last question.
First time you knew this person is my soulmate / first time you thought this is who I'm going to devote my life to.
If the word soulmate means this one person that you fit with perfectly and are destined to spend the rest of your life with, I don't believe in that concept. I do believe that MaryV and I work extremely well. The love that I have for you is massive. But that doesn't mean that we have no complications whatsoever. Just like every single relationship, it requires a lot of work. Occasionally, I'll stop in my tracks and think about our relationship. Like, how is our relationship doing right now? Is there anything I could tell MaryV right now to feel less stressed? Is there anything I feel like she should know moving forward? And I do little checks like that to make sure that we are always on the same page.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean our relationship is so completely smooth. We still have bumps and we still have disagreements, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that we're not supposed to be together. If you have a bad day or a bad time or a bad moment with the person that you are with, it doesn't mean that you are not supposed to be with that person. And I would hate for people who watch us online to think in their own personal relationships, if they run into a bump in the road or a disagreement, that this person is not right for them and this person can't possibly be their soulmate. Nothing is ever perfect, and as cliche as that sounds, it's something that people tend to forget, especially with all of the perfection shown in the media today. The concept of soulmates is beautiful. And I do believe MaryV and I are going to stay together a very long time because of the work and honesty and love that we put into our relationship, but it doesn't just happen. We dedicate time and energy to it.
I feel like people see this thing online that we post and we write nice things to each other, but that doesn't mean that like we have disagreements. But it's not like we're gonna post on Instagram about like
a disagreement,
a laundry disagreement that we had. Like,
true. You want to share the best moments, but obviously we don't want to hide these negative moments, which is exactly why we are very open to talking about them.
Yeah.
And creating a video such as this. When I remind myself I don't believe in soulmates, it is almost comforting in a way, because it reminds me that just because things with MaryV and I have been negative lately, or we've had a disagreement, that doesn't have to draw us apart. It makes our relationship stronger.
I think we're both the type of people that don't like drama and want to like say it how it is, and also not draw things out. I feel like if there is an issue or there's something that is annoying Chella that I did, or the other way around, I'm like, okay, here's what it is, here's how we can solve it, let's talk about it, and then let's finish it and move on. Because I'm not the type of person that like likes grudges, and neither is Chella, and I feel like that's why we can heal so quickly if something is a bother, or I feel like that's why we work so well together. It's one of the reasons why I love you so much.
Yeah. And if I am upset, I tell you.
Yeah. And then like I don't get upset by it because I'm like, good, thank you. I'm glad we can like talk about it.
Yeah.
And then keep moving forward, because that's like what you're supposed to do.
And that concludes our first time video. Some of the firsts.
Yeah, there were a lot of questions. And if there's something that you feel like you wanted to know really badly, but we didn't talk about, you can comment.
Goodbye.
Yay! Oh my gosh, really? You're gonna do that thing?
Is that what people on YouTube do?
I don't know, I feel like I don't want to be that kind of YouTube. Bye guys! No.